Well, I think we're through working with Dreamweaver for a while. We'll come back to Dreamweaver later. So I'll just click on the little minimize button, and I'm going to click on the desktop to remove everything from Dreamweaver. Now here on the dock, I can see this little um, light, so to speak, under where it says Dreamweaver. That lets me know that Dreamweaver is still running. It's just kind of in the background. I'm going to bypass Flash. We'll come back to that in a moment. I'm going to go find Photoshop CS5. We're going to be working with Photoshop. Now, if Photoshop is not on your dock, and it may not be on your dock because it's easy to get rid of things on the dock now, you can always come up to the spotlight, click, and type in Photoshop, and it just went and found Photoshop CS5, and you can start it from there. Well, Photoshop is on my dock, so I'm going to go ahead and click on it from here. And Photoshop loads up. It went kind of fast. And here I am in Photoshop. I'm going to click on clear because that was left over from an earlier attempt. That normally would not have been there. We're going to be working with something called the crop tool. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the crop tool. Width was 643 pixels, and I'm just going to do 643 pixels. The height is automatic in our box, so we can make it basically anything we want it to be, and in my mind 400 pixels works really well. Now you want to make sure you do add the PX after you type in the 400 of the 643, because that specifies that you're doing pixels. You notice when I clicked over in resolution, it automatically added the space in there. If you don't put the PX in there, it's going to assume that you're working with inches. So you're going to have a picture that's going to be 400 pixels by 643 pixels. That's huge. That's a monster of a picture. Not really going to fit very well on your web page. So that PX is very important. Another thing that the crop tool will do, it will allow us to say, make sure that my resolution is, we're going to set it for 72, and here we have either pixels per inch or pixels per centimeter. We're going to make sure that this is pixels per inch. Okay, so with the crop tool we've set our dimensions up so that whatever we use the crop tool on, it's going to come out to be that size. It's going to force it to be that size. So I'm going to go to File and Open, and the pictures that I'm going to use were on the desktop, so I can click on Desktop. There's my flash photos. I can click on the first one, and you can see that it loads up a preview, so I can see if that is a picture that I want to use. And yes, I am going to use that picture, so I'm going to tell it to open up, and there's my picture. Now, I'm not really sure what the size of this picture is, but I'm going to maybe it's under view, if I can figure out where view is. There's view. I'm going to turn the ruler on, and I can see that, wow, this picture is 12 inches by 9.5 inches. That's a lot larger than what we really want it to be, but the crop is going to allow us to pretty much resize this down to the exact size that we need. So I'm just going to put my crop tool somewhere where I think it'll be a good place to start. I'm going to click and hold down my mouse button as I'm dragging across this photo, and you can see that I have there's a darkened area around the outside, and the area on the inside is light. This is showing me where the picture is going to be. Now I can actually click and drag and reposition the crop area, and once that looks good, I can either double click inside the picture, or I can come up here if I see the arrow or the check mark and click on it. And when I did that, Well, first off, my picture just really shrank down to like next to nothing. But notice it's showing me this picture at 33%. I can come back, type in 100%, then click on the little green arrow, and now I'm looking at the picture at 100%, the way that this picture is going to be on my flash exercise.